Night, June 16th, Errol's birthday. So if you're listening to a replay on another day, you can't call in. But if you're listening right now, you should. We'll be right back. We're going to refill our wine glasses. You should do the same.
The Divas are going to refill their wine glasses. The Divalution Show will be right back.
The Divalution Show just celebrated its one-year anniversary. The show currently has over 6,000 downloads and growing every day. The Divalution Show is broadcasted live on W4Divas.com and thedivalution.com from our studio every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. The shows are all available for download on iTunes, iHeart, and Spreaker. If you would like to join us or become an advertiser, please call 989-402-4627.
Standby Appliance, located at 408 Columbus Avenue. They carry most major brands, install and service all of their sales. They're hometown owned and operated and have been in business for over 65 years. 989-893-4676 or visit them at standbyappliance.com. For a financial planner, call Nate Brown with Brown Financial. He's a comprehensive fee-only planning service specializing in retirement, estate, wealth, tax, college, and Social Security planning. He also does active portfolio management, will review your IRA, 401k, and 403b rollovers.
Contact us at 989-493-2940 or visit our website at www.browncompfinancial.com. Ask about our Diva deal and get a free bottle of wine.
If you're looking for an artistic women's portraiture company where she can bring out the best in you, a side that you want other people to see, then you need to call Indigo Moon. Each setting is designed especially for you. The number is 989-708-6776, not the run-of-the-mill portraiture company. Indigo Moon. Call Chandra. For the best food in town, check out Heather's. It's made to order. They're located at 205 3rd Street. They're open for lunch and will deliver 989-402-1116 and extra special dinners on Friday and Saturday nights. They posted on Facebook.com/Heather's Restaurant. Wendell's Home and Design, making home design affordable. Located at 5260 East Pickard Street, Mount Pleasant. Call them at 989-772-2914.
This is Coach Charlie Cousins with Cousins Martial Arts. We offer classes from ages 2 to 12 for our kids, and we also offer adult classes. You can reach us at 989-297-8558 or on our website. That's cousinsmma.com, COSENSMMA.com. We have a 30-day free trial always in effect, and ask us about our Diva deal.
Let LC Makeup Artistry help you believe in your own beauty. Professional makeup artist and medical esthetician. She's an award winner for her airbrush makeup, skincare treatments, and hair removal. Call Laura at 989-493-2607 or visit her online at lcmakeupartistry.com.
Hi, this is Ashley from Two Men in a Truck Bay City. We are the movers who care. Give us a call at 989-895-5252 for all your moving needs. Boxes, packing supplies. No move is too big or small for us. Visit us at www.twomen.com.
Wine glasses are full. The Divas are ready. Now back to the Divalution Show.
Hey, welcome back. It's Deb and Heather. It's the Deb and Heather show tonight. And we're having fun, aren't we, Heather?
Yes, we are.
So, and because we're talking about our favorite subject, that's why we're having fun. Both of us are definitely foodies, wouldn't you say?
I would say so.
So we just had a question, not a call-in, but a question nonetheless. What is vegan?
Vegan, or a vegan diet, is not consuming animal product at all. So anything that comes from an animal.
Anything that has a mother is how one of my friends always described it.
And some vegans will eat honey, but some will go as far as to not even eat honey because it comes from a bee.
Oh, that's pretty extreme, isn't it? Well, but you don't, that's something you could do without, really.
But that's
honey.
just the difference between vegan and vegetarian. Vegetarians don't eat flesh.
Right.
They eat cheese and dairy.
But vegans don't even
do
eat
not.
that. They eat tofu. What else? What else would be a substitute?
Tofu, lots of vegetables, like we were talking about.
Quinoa.
Yeah, quinoa, grains, millet, sweet potatoes, mushrooms.
Blueberries and bulgur.
Yep.
Those are the next two healthiest. Yeah, so
Stir fries,
right.
things
Oh, yeah,
that
you could
and
make
I
a lot of
eat,
things,
but
right.
just with different ingredients.
right.
Like you take the barley that you were saying was so healthy for you, and where you and I might make a beef barley soup, they would
that's
just
exactly
make
it.
a sweet potato barley or black bean. You're still getting lots of protein from other sources.
Yeah, a lot of people think that the only protein source, I'm having trouble with, there we go. The only good protein source is meat, and that's not true. There are so many other, even broccoli
Yep.
has tons of protein. So you can't, I know in vegetarian diets, one thing that they're afraid that you're not getting enough of are B vitamins. Have you ever heard that? B12 specifically.
I don't believe I've heard that, but
And I think that's why and my dad always used to say this, vegans are always so pale. and he always used to say that. And I said, maybe just the ones you know, Dad, because you're in Ohio. The ones in California are not.
they're tan.
Yes.
There's a lot of vegans in California too.
Yes, a lot. And I was a vegan for many, many years because I worked in a steakhouse, and I used to have to enter through the back door.
Wow.
And I would smell that. Ugh, and I
What?
couldn't eat meat.
The raw meat smell? Did
And
they
the-
butcher there too? Is that why?
They semi-butchered it.
Yeah.
They didn't have the big animals, but they had big chunks that they
Right.
would cut, yeah. And
I
just
didn't know
couldn't
this
stand that
either,
smell.
but in, I think, Denmark, they use blood. I guess blood cake, I was reading about, is it's like a staple in Denmark.
blood cake.
Pudding,
Oh.
blood cake. It's like brownies, they said,
Huh, isn't that
only they
interesting?
use blood instead of the butter. And
Huh, and that's a healthy country, actually. Norway is. Denmark
yeah,
is.
but the way they were describing the way
Sounds
it tasted.
sick. Yeah,
I mean,
I wouldn't
you
eat
would.
it.
I kind of was wondering. Well, I wonder if maybe it tastes good. Do they add things? But then the guy that they had sample it described
Ugh.
the way it tasted, and it.
Doesn't sound good.
No, I
But
won't
you know
even
what? If you
put you
grew up-
through how he
Thank you.
described it.
Because I'm a gagger. But if you grew up eating it and you didn't know the difference, you might even consider it a treat.
Right, and that's what they said, that people used to hate it because it was such a big staple. Their mothers would feed it to them
all the time,
and
too
now
much.
it's in demand.
Huh, isn't that interesting? Food is weird, man. It's in all the different diets there are.
That's just like when you go to the UP and they have the pasties.
Yes. Do you like those?
I love
They're
pasties.
very good, yes. In California, those were big, too.
And did you know actually the history of the pasty?
Let's hear it.
Not to be confused with pasty, by the way,
Right.
because
That's
that-
how people say
that
it.
can be that gets a little embarrassing when you start talking about how you ate a pasty. But we were up,
And they each have their own history.
all the way to the very tip top, like Houghton Hancock area, 2 summers ago. And we did a tour of Quincy Mine. And it was one of the most spectacular things I remember
was
doing.
Was it like stalactites and
as an adult.
stalagmites and that kind of thing? What kind of mine?
Copper mine.
Oh.
And there's still lots of ruins and it's pretty much still intact. But they give you a whole tour, and they actually get you on the train, and you go down into the mine shaft.
Ooh.
And they explain everything and how back, when the big copper mining rush was going on everywhere, that they only used one single candle in a pit because they had no electricity.
Right.
And you're in these mine shafts, and the gusts of wind that would come through would blow your candle out.
Oh, bummer.
And then it was just your SOL, because you could fall potentially 96 levels down. I mean, these things were incredibly large. But anyways, the pasty.
Yes.
The wives would make them and wrap them in paper, and the men would put them in their bib overalls or their jackets and take them to work with them.
That's why they had to be that shape.
And so it kept, I don't know if it kept them warm necessarily until they were ready to eat them, but it was such a filling, hearty meal that...
Because they're full of meat and potatoes and dough.
Yes. Lots of delicious...
Very filling.
Buttery...
deliciousness.
Yeah. Like the best homemade Hot Pocket you've ever had.
Yes, yeah. That's interesting, isn't it? And I bet it did.
People put ketchup on them.
Oh, come on. Some people put ketchup on everything. Have you seen people put ketchup on eggs?
Yes.
That's wrong.
I know.
It's wrong. Oh.
But hey, all those
own.
people, if you want ketchup when you come to Heather's for your eggs,
you
can have it.
That's right. No
I'm
judgment.
not going to deny you your
That's
ketchup.
Right. And she won't say, "Oh, eggs are the next thing."
See, eggs were getting a bad rap a few years ago.
And
you remember
so many
that?
different foods do, and then they do further studies. And let's see what it says. And remember what it was? That it was cholesterol.
Was it cholesterol?
Yeah. The whites offer up protein with minimal calories and zero fat or cholesterol. The whites. Egg yolks get a bad rap, but don't skip them. They are awash with vitamin B12 and vitamin A, and they contain choline, a nutrient that's particularly important for pregnant women. Make a sandwich with whole grain bread, and sliced hard-boiled egg. A whole grain bread and fried egg would be better. Mm-hmm. Tomatoes, olives, anchovies, red onion, and a drizzle of olive oil.
Sounds good.
It does. It does. Sardines. This
No, thank
protein,
you.
no, I agree. Did you ever? Oh, my dad used to get sardines on half of the pizza, and it would venture over to the other half.
The smell.
Yeah. And the fishiness
It mingles.
of it all. Yes. There's no... What? It doesn't have sardines on it, but Dad...
When you open that pizza lid, though, that
about,
smell wafted out.
And the whole house would smell.
Oh, my God.
My mom made him start just getting a small one for himself because none of us could eat it.
Right.
But people that love sardines love sardines.
I don't know that I've ever had one, to be honest.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you. Don't. They're really not that good.
I don't like oysters on the half shell, though, either.
Raw?
No, yeah, raw.
I'm not a big
like
fan of them raw either. I'm not a big oyster fan, actually.
Right.
Because I looked at
I
one
don't
once.
see the point, really.
Well, it's
You'd
a
pretty much
delicacy.
slurp them.
Yes.
When I eat something, I like to chew it and
savor
taste it.
Yes.
And figure out the flavors and not just swallow it and be done.
And that I made the mistake of biting it, and right when it was in San Diego, and right when I went to look at it, my friend said, "Don't look at it," but it was too late. I already saw it. I haven't eaten an oyster since then.
Is it
a raw one? Ugh. Very slimy. So sardines. They're full of vitamin D, and there's that B12 again, an excellent source of calcium and omega-3s. We're not very far into this, and it's already 7:45. Spinach, you got to agree with that. Kiwi, that's not a surprise, is it?
No, kiwi is so one of those things, though, I think, too, either you like it or you don't.
And I'm not a big fan